Touch base with the management of Petronet LNG, Mr. A.K. Balyan, who's the MD and the CEO of the company, joins us on the show right now. Mr. Balyan, thanks very much for taking out the time. First up, really, global natural gas prices have fallen sharply. How does it impact the gas importers such as yourself?
Yeah, the gas prices internationally, if you see, I think the spot prices have eased, and there is a trend for further easing. As far as long term is concerned, we don't have any benchmark as yet, and general feeling is that the producers are really asking for a higher percentage linkage to the crude oil. Still, they are asking about 15 or so. So, I think from the spot market short term, I think yes, the prices have eased.
Recent development of bringing marketing margins under regulation has made some analysts under doubts. Could degasification margins also be regulated anytime in the future? Have you had any discussions with the government in this regard?
I'd like to clarify on the marketing margins. Our understanding is that the domestic gas that is produced in the country, sale of domestic gas perhaps is controlled. There is a mechanism to fix the pricing, and the government perhaps can see about the marketing margins. I think this does not really affect us because we are importing gas from outside and selling it here. So I don't think in the domain the imported gas comes into the marketing margin. Number two, I think the principle of marketing margins control to my mind comes in conflict with the open market systems. So I do not know exactly what is being looked at that. Maybe it is just a process of rationalization where system procedures could be defined for a level playing field. Secondly, as far as Petronet is concerned, our main revenues come from regasification charges. 90% of our gas is sold back to back, and we get the regasification charges, so there is no impact on Petronet's functioning or marketing margins. We do sell small quantities of gas on our own, and as I said that our imported gas sales should not come under any kind of a purview in terms of controlling the market margin. I don't think that this has any impact on the PLL's functioning.
How's the demand scenario, Mr. Balyan, in Gujarat? How is that shaping up?
Well, I think the gas demand is increasing. It is actually behaving as per the projections that we had debated and discussed, and more or less generally accepted that the trends are increasing. Our terminal at Dahej is operating over 100% capacity even now, and I see that this kind of trend is going to exist for a long time because the domestic gas production is not able to keep pace with the demand, and the demand is growing at a rapid growth rate. So I think this trend is going to there for a long time.
What's the update on the Kochi terminal then? How is gas demand in the south shaping up, and what's your sourcing strategy? Because you have Australia as your key sourcing market.
Well, Kochi terminal is right on track. We are now talking about pre-commissioning and commissioning schedules, and several actions need to be taken, and we feel that we should be able to commission this and start operating about year-end 2012. As far as the gas sourcing is concerned, you are aware that we have a contract in place from Gorgon, which will start somewhere around 2014 end or early 15 from Australia. But in between, for short term, we are in negotiation with several producers, Gazprom, even Qatar, and we have moved ahead on discussions. We are confident that we should be able to finalize contract not only for short term, perhaps a long term for Kochi terminal. There are several consumers that are coming up there. There's Bharat Petroleum, major consumer there. They're expanding their refinery, so they would be perhaps consuming themselves. Then there's a FACT, the fertilizer company is there. There are several other this thing are coming up. There are 2 evacuation pipelines that are coming up. Phase 1 would be ready now shortly. Phase 2 is also would perhaps start. So I think all the things are moving in line, in sync, and we should see the terminal operating somewhere around December.
Okay, so you spoke about the H terminal, with it running at almost full capacity. In fact, you said it's running at full capacity. There are some concerns that your earnings growth will be muted at least for 2 years. Would you agree on that, given all that you already painted till now?
The H terminal, as I told you, that we have taken a decision to expand the capacity. From 10 million ton, board has approved expansion to 15 million ton. We have completed the DFR. The FEED, that is the detailed engineering, is in progress right now. This project we are setting up as a fast-track project. And you are aware that our second jetty is also under construction. So we feel that by 2013 we should be able to bring in more gas, regasify more perhaps. I think we would be able to perhaps ramp up slowly the capacity by debottlenecking and seeing that the regasification part is another fresh train for regasification is added on quickly, so that we can use the existing and enhanced marine facilities and the existing storage capacity, but increased regasification to achieve higher volumes. And I don't see any constraint in going little higher in volumes. We can manage it.
What is your outlook on global LNG prices, and where do you see a floor in the medium term?
Yeah, actually speaking, I have a point of view that the present pricing that exists internationally does not really reflect the true picture. I think there is an overcapacity in the world, and that should be reflected in the prices. As of now, the prices to my mind are ruling high, and they need to really sort of settle down to a more reasonable levels, lower levels. And I think, if you see from 2015-16 onwards, several new projects are going to come. Australian project, the African project, maybe even the US might start exporting, so the price scenario is definitely bound to get impacted. So maybe barring for 2-3 years time, the prices should come actually lower, should settle down for a lower regime.
Your fourth quarter earnings also around the corner. What kind of growth and profitability is expected? Because Q3 you saw a stellar set of numbers for Petronet.
Well, I see, as I said, that the gas demand in the country is growing. We see a similar kind of trend, and I hope the similar kind of trend would be exhibited. We'll have to just wait and see on that. But we are confident that the country would need more volumes of gas.